couldn't get a job anywhere else. Now I have to work construction. I would rather die than work a desk job, so I chose construction. My dad owns the company. I did not have a choice to work construction. I went to school for this. I f***ing love construction. Turns out I'm not that smart, so to pay student loans, I work construction. Turns out I'm pretty smart. Don't got any student loans, so now I'm the foreman. Teachers get paid like shit, so I gotta spend my summers working construction. Got my high school girlfriend pregnant, so to pay for my kid, I work construction. Needed something to do when I got out of the military, so now I work construction. In between jobs, I started working construction. 10 years later, I'm still working construction.
Well, hello there, partner. Go on and hang up your hat, grab yourself a whiskey, and pull up in the easy chair. We're coming off the range of 9 to 5s with a whole herd of news stories that we've been steaming over like a cow patty in the Texas heat. As they say, the chickens are finally coming home to roost. And we're here to ruffle some feathers and ensure accountability ain't just a concept, it's reality. It's that time where the day's drama casts its longest shadow. So let's light a candle to the chaos of current events, the whirlwind of politics, and the tangled webs of corruption that we find ourselves entwined by. It's time to ramble our way into the twilight. Welcome to Sunset Rants.
What is up, everyone? I am not Tay. Tay is indisposed, taking care of a situation. He should be here in about 10-15 minutes. But anyway, hey, Dee, what's going on?
Hey, not too much. How are you? You look cool. I like your glasses.
Yeah, my eyes are a little bloodshot, not going to lie. So anyway, I am Brian. I am the actual producer of Sunset Rants. I came out earlier this week. But yeah, I think we got a lot of good stuff for you. Of course, we're going to talk about the Jimmy Kimmel. But we're also going to talk about that horrendous shooting in Pennsylvania. Mention a little bit about Trump's overseas trip, but anyway, it's a normal Sunset Rants. Hey, Dee, what's up with you?
Not too much. So today was a school day, took a big test, and then got a nice big fat nap. So I am really happy. Definitely a little bit more energized. You can find me on X. Go and chat with me there. Argue with me. I love it. My handle is Cynical Latina. You can also find me on Truth Social, although I'm not as active on that. But yeah, those are trolling stomping grounds. It's time to have fun.
All right. And if you want to at me, there's my handle. I mean, I do post on X quite a bit, but mainly I'm a reply and repost guy. I don't put too much original stuff on there, but when I do, it tends to be a little spicy. Anyway, yeah, you can catch me there. You can also catch me BRTidwell55 on YouTube. I also post stuff up there. And yeah, so enough about us. Shall we get to the news, ma'am?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. This first story comes at you from ABC News. And this is the thing that everybody's been talking about today. Yes, Jimmy Kimmel has canceled is not the right term. He's just permanently preempted. This came in response from pressure from the FCC to basically get ABC to tone their shit down. I'll go ahead and start reading. Jimmy Kimmel's late night talk show wasn't on the air Wednesday evening following the network's decision to preempt the show indefinitely. The action came after Kimmel made comments earlier this week on Jimmy Kimmel Live about conservative influencer Charlie Kirk's death. Before the network decision was announced on Wednesday, Federal Communications Chairman Brendan Carr called for Kimmel's suspension over the comments. A network spokesperson said Wednesday, Jimmy Kimmel Live will be preempted indefinitely. The Walt Disney Company. Standard disclaimer at the bottom of this. So if we flip the tables, has the right adopted cancel culture?
I think yes. I think, with so many cancellations and, doxing of right-wing influencers and whatnot, I just think it built up so much that instead of turning their cheek, the Republican conservative movement decided to just play the same game that they are. I wouldn't say this is necessarily a right-wing topic, right? If someone says something that's disgusting, and especially when, everybody's been calling to calm down the rhetoric, this seemed like a good move. Someone that has constantly had controversial remarks bashing the right. You've got to draw the line somewhere. It's a lot of these like personalities on TV that are constantly like, look at SNL, like constantly putting out content, making fun of Trump, making fun of everybody. So I just feel that it's not only time for us to move on as a nation from that, but also if they don't want these games played, like they need to stop too, because it's been mostly their side pushing this. It's mostly their side. So, I mean, I'm not mad about it. I'm actually very indifferent to Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, I haven't watched his show and usually I don't even watch clips of him or anything like that.
I don't like watch late night TV. I watch Tim Pool late night. I watch Roman Nation late night. Right?
Yeah. I've never really watched any of these shows. I don't really even watch TV. Like I stream on like Netflix, and then when I'm around the house, I watch my YouTube personalities. I don't know. Like to me, it's like, okay, so and so got fired. Okay, well, I feel okay. That's sad, I guess. Like, why? I don't know. I don't understand why I should feel any kind of sympathy for this person. I mean, they're super rich. It might put them in a bind, I guess, but they've got a lot of money.
I'm looking at the X reactions. This is from James Woods, and if you don't know who James Woods is, shame on you. We made jokes at Jimmy Kimmel's expense, but Mr. Kimmel is a fellow artist, and I'm in fact heartbroken to see the way he has been treated. I believe he is in his heart of hearts a good and decent fellow, devoid of malice and hate. Just kidding. Jimbo, eat shit.
Yep. I saw that. It's pretty funny.
Let's see here. Here's a little short 30-second clip explaining Johnny Carson did it right.
The last time that Jack Benny, Red Skelton, Benny comedian, used his show to do serious issues. That's not what I'm there for. Can't they see that? But you're not. Why do they think that just because you have a Tonight Show that you must deal in serious issues? That's a danger. It's a real danger. Once you start that, you start to get that self-important feeling that what you say has great import. And strangely enough, you could use that show as a forum. You could sway people. And I don't think you should as an entertainer. Tell me the last time that Jack Benny.
Amen, Mr. Carson. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that a show that's meant to entertain the population shouldn't really be touching on these type of situations.
It's just, I mean, I don't know, FAFO. You know,
Yeah.
Jimmy kept poking the bear. And now, I mean, you know, we were discussing this earlier. I don't think Trump made a phone call to the chair of the FCC and said, hey, put pressure on ABC. I don't think that happened. I think the FCC read the tea leaves.
Yeah.
They read the room, and then they started, you know, saying, hey, do something about this or we're going to pull your license.
Yeah.
So if you're on our Discord, you hear me say all the time, bandwidth is a finite resource, and it truly is. Open air broadcast spectrum is a finite bandwidth. It's controlled by the FCC for very good reasons. And if you run afoul of those rules, well, then guess what? You don't get to do that. So, I mean, is it cancel culture coming around? Well, the left, the other side, they made this weapon. They perfected it. And now they're horrified that, hey, the right, we've been learning. We've been paying attention. We know how to use this weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And, you know, of course Trump was going to gloat about this. Like, of course he's going to gloat about it. I don't think that there's a direct connection between, you know, because Trump could have put pressure on these companies to axe certain creators or TV personalities. I mean, should there be an onslaught of just all these personalities getting kicked off and fired and whatnot? I just don't think that that's the way it works. But
Aaron Robertson Brower posts, it's 4D chess move that is getting liberals to boycott Disney is just a chef's kiss.
It really is.
It really is.
I mean, how funny, how like the right had already canceled Disney, right? I've refused to ever get a Disney Plus membership. I don't want to give these people any of my money. I hate having Hulu. So yeah, so it's funny how so many on the right left Hulu and I'm sorry, like Disney. But now they've managed to get liberals, like their main consumer, to cancel them too, which is just, it's just kind of funny. I don't feel bad for these people. Like maybe they could finally start putting out good content and stop trying to push all their bullshit, you know?
Right. I concur. All right. So you want to take this next one from CNN?
Yes. Hold on. Let me grab this one real quick. So the next story we have is from CNN. It is the one about the shooting, right?
Yes, it is. Okay.
So rural Pennsylvania community shaken after shooting leaves 3 officers dead and 2 wounded. So Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, when officers in rural Pennsylvania approached a farmhouse Wednesday afternoon to serve a warrant related to stalking, they took precautions, carefully scouring the scene with a drone. Still, they weren't prepared for an armed man dressed in camouflage, identified by county officials as 24-year-old Matthew Ruth, who lurked in nearby cornfields and had no interest in talking. The officers, Detective Sergeant Cody Becker, Detective Mark Baker, and Detective Isaiah Emmenheiser of the Northern York County Regional Police Department, approached the home belonging to the shooter's ex-girlfriend, according to York County District Attorney Tim Baker. As officials opened the front door, previously left locked by the woman who had fled for her safety, they discovered the door was now unlocked and were hit with a barrage of gunfire. Damn. Okay, so upon immediately opening the door, Ruth repeatedly fired at the officers with multiple rounds from an AR-15 style rifle. So Becker, Baker, and Emmenheiser were all killed. The shooter moved to the farmhouse where 2 more officers were shot and wounded. At least 30 shots rang out, a neighbor said. It seemed like a war zone, sounded like a war zone. Oh, so that was Dave Miller telling CNN. Even so, one of the injured officers was able to return fire and kill the shooter, officials said, but Miller, still hiding in his car, didn't know that yet. His heart was pounding. I could not believe what I saw, Miller told CNN, and then I looked at all the tall corn next to me and thought, well, if they didn't get him, he's on the run and he could come through the cornfield. The 2 other officers wounded in the shooting are in critical but stable condition, Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner said in a news conference on Wednesday. 1 officer was still hospitalized Thursday. We ask our community to keep the officers, their families, and their colleagues in your thoughts and prayers. Let's see. Ruth was facing charges of stalking, loitering, and prowling at nighttime and criminal trespass on the day of the shooting. Miller had been on his way home when he saw more than a dozen police searching for someone in a barn. An officer launching a drone near the road advised Miller to keep moving. When he saw just a few hundred feet from the scene, the gunfire started. Let's see. I think a lot of it is just kind of details. They don't. I guess that the shootout unfolded around 2 p.m. Yeah, that's wild. The fact that he was just ready to.
Obviously, this guy had gotten word, got tipped off that the cops were coming to serve him a warrant, and he was prepared. Yeah, this is.
So was it the ex-girlfriend? So it was the ex-girlfriend's house that he was at.
Yeah, the house he'd been stalking.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through the rest of the story myself here.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look too. So I guess.
Think about this though. A small community like that, losing 3 police officers in that manner, that's going to be devastating for that community. That's something they're going to feel for a long time.
Yes. That's wild. That's why I guess they don't know if he was waiting for his ex-girlfriend. So it's possible that he was staking out the place trying to get at his ex-girlfriend, and then maybe he had like one of those like police scanners or something.
It's possible.
Yeah, that officers were on the way, and he just decided to do this atrocity. So that's crazy. I mean, the attacker was also killed. I don't know. And that's the only thing that always gets me when like the shooter dies is that like we'll never know why. Like we'll never really know what happened.
I mean,
what.
If you know the cops are coming after you, you know they're coming to serve you a warrant. Obviously the guy's thought processes were messed up.
Yeah.
He should have just, went on the limb, got out of the area. But instead, he chose violence. Instead, he chose murder. And again, I think that's a symptom of how sick our society has become. When you have college kids celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, when you have the major networks trying to spin the main suspect who is in custody as either some kind of disaffected MAGA guy or as or even the worst take. I thought, oh, this was almost beautiful the way he wanted to defend. Oh God, that was the sickest one I saw. I'm sorry. I really didn't want to talk about Charlie Kirk tonight. I really didn't, but somehow that's where my headspace is. That's where my headspace has been all week.
Yeah, no, I mean, me too. I just think that it's something that is going to leave such a massive impact, and it really put a hole in all of us. Like, I had in one of my classes, someone was going to make a presentation on Charlie Kirk. We all had to make a presentation, right? Mine was shared with the class on Thursday, but everything that didn't, I'm sorry, on Tuesday, but everything that wasn't shown that day spilled over to Thursday. And I don't know if the my fellow student just didn't change the person that they were going to make their video on, or the teacher just decided not to show it. But it makes you sad to think about it, and still seeing so much hate and so much nonsense being talked about him. Clearly, the left has only seen the clickbait, the short clickbait that makes him look bad. They never saw all the good and wonderful things he had to say. So it's weighs heavy on our heart, and it's not going to go away anytime soon.
It's not going to go away anytime soon. I never met the man. I never watched one of his podcasts, honestly.
I didn't even know he had a podcast. I watched a lot of his videos of him being on the college campuses, but I didn't even know he had a podcast. Like, wow.
I mostly knew Charlie Kirk from the shorts I would see either on X or on YouTube of him, just sitting there having a conversation.
Yeah.
And that's all he wanted to do. He wanted to have a conversation. And he wasn't there to change. He didn't do the Crowder thing where he put up a sign that said, "Change my mind."
Yeah.
He just sat there to change your mind.
Well, I think he got everybody to think a little bit more critically, right? Trying to bring a little bit of common sense back, because he often, when the crowd would start heckling the person he was talking to, he understood that people get nervous, right, when they're put on the spot, and he would tell them, like, no, don't heckle them. I'm just, I know it's a lot of pressure.
He had a way to get people at ease.
Yeah, he would tell them, just think about it, just think about it. And I don't think he ever did that to be an ass,
Hey, we've got the actual host.
Oh, there we go.
Holy fuck. Today was a wild brain. I'll catch you up to speed for everything after this. Fuck, I think we're talking about Charlie. What are we talking about? What's the context? Catch me up. Everyone else.
The context.
Beautiful people. Everyone else. Good to see you. I'm sorry. Had go rescue my girlfriend from the side of I-4. She had a blowout, and then turned out GPS didn't work, and that good into that. But anyway, so going forward, let me jump in.
The context was originally we were talking about the. Oh shit! I've already moved on to the next tab. We were talking about.
I want this one.
We were talking about the shooting in Pennsylvania, and then somehow we got into the subject of the temperature in the room and Charlie Kirk and who's responsible for raising that temperature. That's where we were. But honestly, it is time to move on to the next segment, which is the NPR story, Tay.
All right. Let me pull it up. I don't even have my computer kicked up.
I'm getting it up for you. I'm getting it up, and then I'll leave the stage, and I'll go back to mine.
No, Brian, stay on. You're good. Let's all hang out. All right. More people, the better.
All right. Well, anyway, there's only room for 3 of us when I throw up chat, so it won't be me showing up when I throw up chat.
Yeah. Thank you for stepping in, Brian. You always come in clutch.
Appreciate it, brother. D, hi. Much love.
Hi.
The Trump UK Prime Minister. Let me open this from my phone. My shit's still kicking up. I'm literally like, I was doing like 100 miles an hour in Mexico.
Wow.
So that's not opening. All right, so you read it. Nothing's going my way. I do have great news though. Fantastic news. I'm annoyed, but fantastic news. So, but read it and let's talk. Let's discuss.
Oh, okay. I'll read it. Fine.
All right.
Trump says he disagrees with Starmer's decision to recognize Palestinian state. Well, no shit. President Trump said he disagrees with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer's decision to recognize the Palestinian state sometime this month unless Israel commits to peace in Gaza. Trump, speaking at a press conference with Starmer on Thursday, said he wants immediate release of hostages. Disagreement with Starmer's approach, Trump said, is one of our few disagreements. You know, Trump can be diplomatic when he wants to.
Here's the thing, like, you know, as a I'm Roman Catholic, you know, so it's as I'm, you know, I'm as devout as you would think I am. So I don't give a fuck about Israel. I don't give a fuck about. Thank you for pulling this up. You know, glad I got to say this because I'm fucking annoyed, so I can actually rant. I don't give a fuck about this. No, but here's the thing: Israel is going to do the whole Honolulu. Actually, that makes no sense. They're going to do the whole thing, the whole charades. Like, oh, we're fine. We want this. We want that. It doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, what's going to happen with fucking Israel? It's whatever his fucking name is. You know, I can read it in my brain, just can't pronounce it. You know, he's going to do what he wants. And here's the thing: they are empowered literally by us, and we have the best. And to that digression, they have the best. Same with Poland. You know, I don't give a fuck about Palestine's not a fucking country. You can't find it on the fucking map. I do care about the people. But when it comes down to it, is Hamas is just as entwined into the people as anything. You know, for them, it's like, oh, are you American? Yeah, I'm fucking American. What's up, brother? And that's just what it is. And that's one and the same for them. They don't give a shit about us. And they won't quit until Israel's dead. And I want no one to fucking die. But when it comes down to it, is Israel's not gonna fucking, they'll say, oh hey, give us our hostages back, do this and we'll do it. They're not gonna fucking do that. They're not gonna do it. At all. It's bullshit. And like we can have Trump and he's ended fucking what is it? Brian, correct me. Was it 6 or 7 global wars?
With
just in general, in the past since January. In the past, what is it?
Oh yeah, I mean it's been a lot.
Yeah, fantastic. This is not going to end.
No,
we have no word. The only way this is going to end is if a nuclear bomb goes off, and then that's when the world's going to kick off, and that's just how it's. In my opinion. Again, this is all my opinion when I say this. This is how I feel. You know, it's not my fucking war. I don't like people dying. But at the end of the day, you have one group or one, I don't want to say group, you have one area who's just half of it, which is intertwined equally, who are pro-death to Israel, pro-genocide, hyper extreme, as far as religion goes. You know, you can have some assholes that are watching. You guys are assholes. My apologies. That was wrong. But you will have these people who will protest, like, oh, well, they are this. Like, yeah, but that's like an American saying, like, oh, my son is in the army. And that's exactly the ties that Hamas and Palestine, again, not a real country. Find it on the map. You won't prove me wrong. And then Israel doesn't give a fuck. They will keep going and going and going because they know they will not have they've been waiting for this fight. And here's the thing. They've been waiting for this fight because they know that it will not relent. Because when it comes to these extremists, it will keep going. They will keep going. You can go to anything. Look at D. Look at this. What was it? During Bush 9/11, it was the Afghans, the war cult.
Well, Al Qaeda.
Then from Al Qaeda, Al Qaeda started because we left them, ditched them, you know, in the Cold War, in the Gulf War. Excuse me. We ditched them and we left them to fucking die and rot. Like, all right, later, nerd. And then all their sons are like, holy shit, you guys have banned us. That's essentially where Al-Qaeda was, formed. And they had the CIA military training from that. And then it goes down to ISIS and ISIL, and then all the other stuff that, probably I'm forgetting, however it streams down to. And it's the same, it's going to be the same for them when it comes down into this war. This war should have nothing to do with us at all. The only reason, in my opinion, is that Israel is doing it is for two. It's one, if they do not fight back, death will come upon them. And that's a fact. Hamas and all those people out there, all those Muslim people in that specific region, mind you, the rest of the fucking world in that specific region is like, this is fucking stupid. But they will forever fight their chant. Like, I drink a beer, like, let my son have a hot mother. Their chant is death to the JEWs.
Yeah.
So they have to wipe them out. And second, if they have to fight harder, it's because Israel is, and that whole thing is on the water, which will bring, because they are a terrorist state. If they lose that land, they're going to have just weapons and weapons and weapons and everything coming into them, because you'll have all these cell structures that they've been planning for years into it. All right, so that's my rant. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I think you're right. I mean,
I'm annoyed. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's terrible. I don't give a fuck about any of that either, but I think, this next story might give us something to give a fuck about,
Yes, let's go. You have to read it because
Okay, I'll pull it up.
Thank you.
I'll pull it up real quick.
Or we can have our beautiful, handsome brother read it right quick.
Oh, wow. So that's funny. For me, it says that link is not found.
All right, Brian,
Let's
read it for us.
see.
Give us a script.
Yeah, that one's not popping up for me, buddy.
This is coming from KIMA up in Washington. Thurston County, Washington. 4 U.S. Army service members on board a Joint Base Lewis McChord helicopter, forever now referred to as JBLM, crashed in the Capitol Forest Wednesday night, according to U.S. Army officials. The MH-60 Black Hawk helicopter was on a routine training flight when it crashed in the Summit Lake area of Thurston County, west of Olympia. U.S. Army spokesman Cynthia Smith said. Scrolling down. U.S. We don't know yet. U.S. Army officials called the crash an aviation mishap and is under investigation. Officials did not provide the status of the service members. That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
We both know how that's
Yeah.
No, I mean,
it's because there were fatalities and family members have not yet been notified. That's the reason for that. So I'll step off stage. I'll pull this off. Y'all discuss.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. Love you tons. So, thing I hate reporting the most is fucking air crashes. And you know this very well. We talk about this off air all the time. That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other way to say that. Like, it just, there's nothing more, because shit, how many have we done? As far as like,
we've done a few.
I think we're close. I think we're at least, as far as the show, we're close to at least sub 100 as far as crashes go. And then there's at least 300, shy of 400 now, like globally.
Yeah.
Whether it be airplanes or helicopters, and it's my fear. I'm terrified of two things: grizzly bears and plane crashes.
I mean, both of those are pretty valid. Yeah, polar bears are pretty scary too. but I'm not going to be up in the Arctic anytime soon, the frozen
No,
tundra or
grizzly
anything like
bears.
that.
I'm talking Kodiak, like the brown motherfuckers that are like, I'm like 6'6" standing. These guys, their shoulders is as tall as I am.
Yeah.
Ferocious. They don't. But this is atrocious. Like, I don't know how whatever is going on in the past, couple months or years.
Guys, I hate to bust in, but Funkmaster gifted 5 more memberships over on YouTube. So thank you, Funkmaster.
Oh,
I love this gift. It's fun.
you.
You always brighten my day every time you do this. Thank you. I appreciate it, Funk. So I'm sure Funk can agree with me on this. Me and him talk, but it's fuck, man. Like, what is going on for this to keep happening? Like, why? Like, innocent people.
I just don't know. I don't know. Do you think this is something with like the all the aviation and the scheduling and all that stuff, or is it like air traffic control, or do you think this is more of like user error? And I don't know. I feel like, and I don't mean to draw this back into DEI or anything like that, but I mean it makes sense, right? If you have people that are not competent enough to fill the roles, you're going to see a lot of fuck ups happen. And unfortunately, with anything with aviation, if you have people that are not qualified,
there's no room for error.
No, not really. It's going to be every single, like, it's not going to be small problems. They're all going to be large problems. You're going to have, either death of the pilots or staff that are whatever on the plane. But
sure.
you're might also have passengers. There's every single incident that happens is gonna be bad. Like there's no way to really sugarcoat it. So I think the fact that they were hiring a bunch of people, that weren't qualified is just, and it's not to bash on, they were incompetent. I should rephrase that, but they're not qualified. They're not qualified. They're maybe the bottom of the barrel. Instead of hiring the best of the best, we just put whoever to fill the role based on their skin color. That's not cool.
So you make a very valid point. And for a lot of times I'll agree with you, and I'm not disagreeing with you on this one, but I don't think it's this anymore, if you would. Yes, DEI when it comes to like anything aeronautical is the biggest issue, because there's zero room for error. It's proved factual like this. You cannot have a margin of error. You have to be 100%. You can't be on 99%. If you're 99% good, you die. That's a fact, which is kind of morbid to even say. I don't think it's so much on this one. I mean, maybe it could be, because it's been a while, and kind of weeded it out, as far as like different like airlines, and like in the military especially, especially like with the current POTUS. I do agree with you. I don't think it's that. I think it's more the lackadaisicalness, like from the manufacturer. That's where I think that I in my personal opinion, I generally think it's not coming so much from this, because I don't know if you know how to fly a plane, but it's very difficult. I don't know if you know how to fly a helicopter. Flying planes.
Hell no! Do I look like I can fly a helicopter? Like, come on.
It's very different. Flying a helicopter is leaps and bounds above a plane. For whatever reason, I was taught how to fly a plane when I was a child, and just because like, oh hey, my nephew, take me along. I learned it, and then I've flew planes, but a helicopter is completely different. So you can, like you were saying, you can have one, yes. Maybe this is kind of like the back end of everything when it comes to like DE hires, or two, which I think, my opinion. Cheers, by the way, love. I think it's not so much that end. I think it's more coming from the manufacturer's end. And here's the thing: like when you buy a car, you have your R&D is supposed to be like research and development for those that don't know, it has to be up to standards. And like DOT makes sure that's the case. They do the crash tests, they do all this. But, you know, Boeing being the prime suspect of this, I don't even know if Boeing made this. I don't even know if Boeing makes helicopters, but just for instance, there is a huge lackadaisical as far as what matters when it comes down to safety or what comes down to structure. And it's been a huge corner cut. And we've been saying it for years, and now everything's starting to just like backpile. Like a highway covered with ice, just boom, 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 boom. And now you have these innocent people who are just, I'm going to work, I'm gonna fly my job to my job, doing all this. And then they're fucking dying.
Yeah.
Like, they do not die a graceful death. They die.
Okay, Tay, we need to move on.
But no, I heard that. Everything around it. But all right, next one.
Oh, let's see. Oh, wow. So let me, hold on. I'm pulling this up. Why is... Okay, Brian, I am so sorry, but like none of the other links want to work for me either.
Yeah, my hyperlinks didn't work on my end either.
Yeah, well, there was 3 of them that were bad, but I guess all of them ended up not being.
Yeah, my hyperlinks didn't work at all. Like at all. I'm trying right now. On like both sources. Brian, read it out for us again.
You're muted, Brian.
Pharaoh's 3,000-year-old bracelet disappears. Get that out of the fucking way. Disappears from the Egyptian Museum in Cairo authorities. Well, whatever. Bad headline. Who mum it? Damn it.
Wait, really? Wait, keep reading. This is interesting. I need to know more.
This is a New York Post writing, okay?
Yeah.
Egyptian authorities have launched a nationwide treasure hunt for a 3,000-year-old bracelet that vanished without a trace from the National Museum in Cairo. The priceless artifact, it supposedly once adorned the wrist of Pharaoh A, disappeared while being restored in a laboratory in the Egyptian Museum in the nation's capital, according to Tourism and Antiquities Authority. Okay, your culprit's an insider. Okay,
I know the culprit's already.
The culprit is a fucking insider. Yeah,
I know it's Egyptians. Already know it.
The ministry has referred the incident to relevant authorities and public prosecutions and formed a special committee to inventory all items in the lab. It was one of the lab workers. Okay. It was one of the lab workers.
That's it.
You're like, the end. That's it. That's the end of the story, guys. Like,
Brian with the breaking bulletins. Hell yeah, brother. No, Brian, what do you think about this? Because I mean, everyone. I mean, I could kind of repeat, like, regurgitate everything that everyone think I would say.
They
like,
grabbed
Brian,
that son of a bitch. It's already been melted down. It's been already sold for scrap gold value.
You think so?
That's what I think. Yeah.
Why?
It's Egypt.
But also, here's why I think why Egypt took it. It's because they've had a huge problem with the English, as far as museums and their artifacts. It's been a huge thing. Kind of one of the reasons why you can't go into the Sphinx. It's because they don't want non-Egyptians going in there. And then all the English took it, all their artifacts, 150 years ago, whatever, how long it is, you're on that, whatever, digressing. But I do believe what you're saying is true. I don't think the smelting part is true, in my opinion. But
It would be more valuable.
I do believe
It would be more valuable as an ancient artifact on the collector's market, because there are a group of collectors. They don't give a fuck about it. They know the provenance. They know the cultural significance. They don't give a fuck. They just want to own it themselves. Yeah. And they will pay premium for that kind of shit.
I mean, gold is gold. I mean,
yeah, gold is gold.
Like we can all agree, like we own gold. You know, like I'm sure a lot of people own gold or silver or whatever. We have things of like notoriety. Hey, my dude, he's wearing $10,000 on his fingers. But
no, one is my mother's class ring that I wear in her honor, and the other is my college ring. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh, yeah. Good for you, man. I like that. It's very sweet and nurturing. But I do think it is an Egyptian. I do not think, I do think it's some of that, but I do not think it would be smelted, because the only person that would do it or anything, it's something out of like Ocean's 12 or 11 or 10, whatever movie you like better. 11's my favorite. But like, a collector. But to smelt that down, I don't think anybody would ever smelt that down. Because, I mean, gold is gold. It's expensive. But that artifact is,
priceless.
This much gold, if you have that much gold, cool, it's $15,000. If you have this artifact, you have limitless money. It is it's priceless, like you said. Whoever wants to pay for it. And there are people who do have that much fucking money.
Yeah, so if it was just like a common person, maybe they wouldn't see the value of the archaeological and historical facts behind this item. But I don't think someone like that would ever be able to get near the area where they do the restorations for these pieces. So you're not just going to have some common folk that's like a common robber that just sees it as a gold piece. You're going to have...
It had to be an inside job.
Yes.
It had to be an inside job.
It's not some guy named Muhammad.
No.
It's not some guy named Muhammad who's like on the street who's like trying to finagle money for it.
No,
for you to get as deep, like you're saying, to get that deep into it. No, it's total inside job. 100% inside job.
Whoever went into this area, I bet you it's a restricted area. It's highly secured. So you're not just going to have some rando going in there. They need to go back and look through all their footage. Anybody that had access to that room probably needs to be deeply investigated. However,
well, Hardy, if it was just the janitor with a mop, it's probable that it did get smelted down.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, there's a way to track anybody that had access to that room. They have to have cameras.
I don't think, janitor or not, I don't think, in my opinion, I mean, Brian, you do raise a really valid point on this. In my opinion, I'll play the devil's avocado on this one, but I don't think so. It's like, because like, I'm 36, you're 40, 50 something, like same age as me. But like, everyone at our age is a living, functional person. And that being said, we all grew up on National Geographic. Even people who were not blessed to live our life still grew up with that. The entire world knows what these are worth. There's no person like who has a refinery or nothing that would smelt that down. Nobody. Like, it doesn't make sense because of the amount of money they could do. Like, you can be some like arftard from like the middle of the desert in Sahara in like Algeria, in like a small town of like 6 huts. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Maps, your best friend. Google Earth, excuse me. But I think it's truly went into a coin bank of a private owner, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Someone stole it and probably sold it to the highest bidder on the black market, and so it's now part of someone's private collection. And anybody that had access to the building had access. I mean, I don't think they're not going to vet. Even their janitors are not going to be completely vetted. So I mean, look at all their transactions. I know that it's harder to track, crypto, but
I think
they
I
just
do.
need to investigate all these people. That's it.
I know. We gotta pop out into this, but I honestly I do think it was someone who took it for antiquity. It's like like growing up in New York City, like I went to like the Smithsonian every other weekend or Museum of Natural Arts. Like I know, like their stuff is more hardcore than like most FBI CI stuff. You cannot turn a corner unless if you do, you get arrested. So I do believe it. Fact.
Yeah.
But you're right though. Maybe there was some asshole. I did it, but I mean, I hope, just for sakes of the conversation, I do hope that it is, just stolen and in a private something. But the problem with it, it's such a renowned thing that it will.
Yeah.
You can't sell it. You have to sell it privately. But once you have that fuck you money, that like, oh man. So,
that's true.
what do you think? And then we gotta.
I just think that it's someone on the inside now. It's part of someone's secret stash, and good luck finding it.
Oceans 10, 11, and 12. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But right before I want to say like all good stuff. I was gonna say before I'll jump in right into this. For an annoying night, I had to save my girl from like I-4, flat tire, jumped a fence, jumped a bridge, did the whole thing, threw like 4 tires, gashed my hand open, slammed my door
dang.
on like my door frame. I have a 4Runner, and it was like parked like this, so I went. And then I locked it before I closed it, so then I had to pull out my keys while my hand's stuck in it. Did that. But remember I texted you earlier today, I was like, call me?
Yeah.
I got a new job, and it is fuck you money, and I'm so happy. When I say fuck you money, I'm talking.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It means a lot coming from me. No, but when I say this, it's like, remember like money conversations we had like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
It's that money.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Not Ferrari
it's
money.
about damn time.
God damn it is. But team, we're about to get into this. I'm sorry if I was annoyed or I was just annoying and then I even gashed my fucking finger open holding a tire, slashed it open. After this, I gotta go to the hospital, get sutures. They only have a couple hours.
Well, look at you, Superman Tay. Out to the rescue.
Yeah, I mean,
well, here we go. Talking about like thieves. Is that the Hamburglar or what was it?
I think it is.
Why does that remind me of the California Raisins? Like a mix between
Are you talking about
California Raisins and
like motion graphics, like where they sing like the jazz and all stuff?
I don't know why I thought of that. Okay.
It's purple, probably. I can see that.
Oh no! I'm thinking of like the Purple People Eaters.
What? The Purple People Eaters from the Yellow Submarine, the Beatles movie?
No, it was like a whole
the
show.
Purple People Eaters are from the Yellow Submarine.
I gotta look it up.
If you haven't watched that movie, only watch it. Get really fucked up on something that's not alcohol. Great movie. So what do we got so far? Let me see. Let me jump. DM a text you real quick.
It says that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is like an old ass movie. Oh yeah. It's like an alien thing. I don't know. What exactly would that be?
All right, now you see.
Guess where the plunger is. Well. Wow.
went to shake my hand off because it hurt, and I fucking slammed it on my desk.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the goal. So,
So I just saw like a post from Tim Pool, because our first segment was on Kimmel. Apparently he was only getting 129 views. Was that? I wonder if that was a night.
So I was
gotta
watching
go back.
like one of my good friends I grew up with. He opened up a brand new like facility, like, warehouse. It was massive. It was like airplane size, airplane hangar size. It was what he does for like cars and restoration stuff. Good for him. Best thing. But on the way there, I was listening to you know, one of the stuff I think probably from last night. You know, it was like 11-minute video from Tim Pool, and they were talking about this. And what's his name from the band? Was it All That Remains? Yeah.
Oh, is it
Literally my favorite high school.
Belafonte?
Yeah. So he was saying, he's like, you know, here's the, I think it was him, right? So, excuse me if we're on this team, but one of them, you know, I was driving through, so I just had my headset on. But it was saying that this could be a good opportunity for him, so that way he doesn't have to be censored so much by, like, the, you know, the TV, was it FCC or whatever it is, and he has the opportunity to go into like our realm, but still do what he's saying, if not more.
Yeah.
So there's like a thing.
What so I looked back on, because you know how X is, it's like so freaking annoying. You'll be seeing a post and then it just like automatically refreshes and then you can't find it. So I went back and I looked it up, and so it said Kimmel averaged only 129,000 viewers in that bracket, so like the key demo for August. So in all of August.
Wait, is that total? Is that like?
I think so,
nightly?
because
Nightly,
it said
like
it's off. I'm just reading it like Tim Pool posted it. So the advertiser coveted 18 to 49 demo also cratered. Kimmel averaged only 129,000 views in that bracket in August. So off from 212,000 in January and less than half his June peak of 284,000. So this is this is for the month of August. He only got 129,000 views. No wonder they axed him.
I'm pretty sure between.
And then he said something fucked up. Then he said something fucked up that like cost him even more people to want to watch him and caused a lot of controversy. Like, yeah, they're like, fuck this guy, and got rid of him. I mean, like Tim Pool literally said, I can post a picture of a cat and get more views than that. I mean,
we're not a big channel, and I love everyone that watches us, but I'm pretty sure between shares and everything, like, we're not too far behind. And this guy's like a global, like, known guy. So if you're that and you're on TV doing that, Timber's right. Like, fuck that guy. You know what sucks is, like, I used to love watching him. You know, like the Man Show.
Oh, I never did.
The Man, yeah, you wouldn't like the Man Show. I can understand that.
I don't watch any like TV, so I really don't care about it. But
the Man Show is the best thing.
Think
if he stuck to the Man Show, perfection.
I think we do have another show right after this, so we should kind of hurry up and get this wrapped up.
It's all on you.
I think, let's see, Hardy with "Wanna Pick My Pocket."
I like the turd burglar. I saw that.
The turd burglar. What was that one?
I saw it when I was when I leaned in, because if not, it's like this big right now. You guys would be looking at my nostril hairs.
Ew. Well, Brian says Hardy wins too, so.
Hey, whatever you guys decide.
Boom.
Turd burglar was the prompt that generated this image.
There we go. So
I mean, it could have been what is it? Amber Turd? The turd burglar was Amber Turd. Sorry, dumb. Anyways, yeah. So Hardy wins. Congratulations. Whoop whoop. Yeah, that was a little extra. But anyways,
No, I like it. It's fine.
what are your
enjoy
final thoughts for the day?
Final thoughts. I mean, I kind of came towards like the middle, so I'm sorry for my annoyance and everything. Sorry, Tim. It's not usually me. Usually more composed and not so high and stuff. That. But as far as conversation goes, I don't know. Everything's just kind of, it's important to say. Everything's just kind of going according to plan, or according to like normal reality. You got your plane crashes. You got your wars that are stupid. You have someone trying to do something that, whether Trump or someone else, most likely it's not going to make a difference. No, and I do wish, I wish the plane crashes didn't happen, and I do wish that these wars didn't exist. I'm not getting snappy on it, but it's like at a certain time, you can't cut your nose to spite your face. And that's the biggest thing. A lot of wars are because of that. They cut their nose to spite their face. And then they end up losing more people. And I just wish more people or more countries or cultures, whatever you want to run it out to, as more people would understand that.
Yeah.
Even if you're in the right, it's okay to say you're in the wrong in certain times, but just to push back so that way, if there can be a huge argument and I will say I'm wrong just to save relationship, just to save, the heat, And I feel like a lot of governments don't do that, and they should.
Yeah.
All right, just back off. All right, cool. Hey, you don't have to win all the time. You just call time. Now, if you want to kill everybody and nuke them out for your own preservation, that's your own thing. But all right, cool, perfect. Do your thing. But we should have anything to do with that.
No, and for myself, I personally am still kind of reeling from everything that happened with Charlie. And I know, Brian and I were talking about it earlier, there isn't, I think about him multiple times a day, and I think one of the things that keeps bringing it back to that is just all the negativity that we're still seeing. And it really is bringing out the worst of the people that are out there that are just so horrible that they can't see the humanity, right? They said they were the party of love and acceptance and tolerance and all that stuff, but they cannot accept someone that had a different opinion, and they're sitting there gloating still over his death that was already, several days.
They're the party of fucking retarded cocksuckers and retards. Fuck them.
I know. I agree. No, I agree, but it's just where my final thoughts are is just that whatever's happening with them now in the media, this is their foe, right? Fat foe. This is where they're finding out that the right is kind of done fucking with them.
They made these rules 10 years ago, and they were writing these rules, and they're like, oh, you didn't call me about what I want. Cancel. Oh, you didn't call me about.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Nah, shut the fuck. Not you, but shut the fuck up, you fucking cocksucker. You look
yeah,
stupid.
That's why this is the time that they're finding out, and they don't like it when it's done to them.
They set the rules for 10 years, and then now they have to go with it. Fuck them.
We're not even doing them nowhere near as dirty as they did the right for so long, wanting to put us in re-education camps and all this shit during COVID and wishing we would all die off and all that stuff. We remember. So, I think the reality is that they're getting a little bit of taste of their own medicine, and it's about time. I don't feel sorry for them. So that's my thoughts. You could find me on X and True Social as Cynical Latina. Just let's. I think it's time to heal. For us as Republicans and us as conservatives, we need to band together and try to be on the same page, because what's coming with the left, I just don't think they're going to take it easy, and it's just going to get worse out there. So be careful.
No, I agree with you. No, it's a great closeout. They're just insane. As far as posture or physical, they're not like you could like them. I'm dead, but their insanity is in that level. But we do have to be safe out there. I mean, we should, you know. But again, sorry I came late. Little emergency. But let's close this out. It was a pleasure for tonight. As far as my final thoughts, already close it out. You can find me as far as on X and Instagram at AP2Tate. That's my handle for everything. Just be safe. We'll see you guys soon. Like we'll see you on Tuesday. We'll be there at 9 Eastern. And then you can also catch us up right there. QR code brings us right to the website. You can see everybody's different sites. Now we have great stuff going on as far as our community. Our next show coming up should be here in a few minutes. If you like that one, it's fantastic. Like, please join us, hang out with us, see what we have. But till then, we'll see you on Tuesday at 9 p.m.
So I got to thinking, there's MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. MAGA, Make America Great Again. But what we really need to do is make America follow the Constitution again. Motherfucker. That sounded better in my head.